All right, guys, it's October. It's time to whip up some witch's brew. Pour yourself a glass of apple cider. Turn off the lights, light your jack o' lantern, and play your favorite horror movies. It's my favorite time of the year by far. Sadly, we're already halfway through the month. It really sucks, but I'm really making the most of my October. But that being said, that also means that it's been like over a month since we last did a podcast episode. But it's been eventful. We had our marathon about a month ago. How would you guys say that went?
I think it went pretty amazing. We finished every game, so yeah.
Yep, we did. For the first time ever, we had 100% completion. Not everybody finished, but we did finish every game by the time it was all said and done.
Kind of like we completed a ritual. It's like I feel like there's like gonna be like a ghost that comes out of the ghost of Final Fantasy that pops out of that house.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I have no idea if we'll use that venue again. Uh, I think the main space, I liked the layout for the marathon, but I think the sleeping space was kind of an issue, but we'll see what we can find for next year. But I played Final Fantasy 12, the International Zodiac Job System, for the first time. That was pretty awesome, actually. I'd like to play through it again in a casual way. I discovered the hard way some of the things that are different from the Zodiac Age, which I played the Zodiac Age first before the Zodiac job system. There are some differences which I kind of like. It makes it a little bit more challenging. You have to work a little bit harder, and I appreciated that. So I think I actually want to do another playthrough sometime soon, just in a more casual way and enjoy it. But overall, I think I like that version uh, better than the original. There's a
Oh,
bit more identity to the characters. You can only pick one job, and you have to commit to it, like Final Fantasy One. I really like that. So yeah, it was awesome. Really happy I was able to do that. You guys want to go around and say what you played and how your experience was?
Did did the International Zodiac job system make you feel good?
Well, to be honest, at times, no. At times, I was getting kind of annoyed. Like the disease status effect in that game is so frustrating because it's like you can't really heal it until after you get through the dungeons that affect you. And man, I was getting mad. But it also reminded me of last year when I played the original version of FF2, and that also pissed me off with status effects. So it's kind of nostalgic in a way. But
See that?
enough of me. Ross, how about you go?
Well, I did 11 in a marathon for like I haven't done it in like a marathon setting before, and it was a lot less. It was a lot less painful than I thought it was gonna be. So that was kind of cool though. That like I traveled to Juneau at like level 15, like walking that way without encountering a single enemy. So that was awesome because I was like got like my sneak down. I didn't even have like any like sneak or deodorize on me. But there are some points at 11, like in a marathon, where if you forget like one little step on something, and then you have to go back, it's just that part's frustrating. But overall, like getting to play as a ninja white mage, that was fun. Like I don't know, like it made me like really appreciate like 11's iteration of ninja. even though you have to carry a lot of inventory with you to make it happen. But that was awesome. And then also, I guess like picking up 9, like like disc 3 onward. I wish I could have given it a little bit more love, whenever I was playing, because the Chocobo, like Chocobo Hot and Cold, I didn't like. I feel like that's something you can't really miss.
Yeah. Is that where you picked up? Was the very beginning of disc 3?
I picked up like right when he was in Uyaver.
Okay.
Like I think he literally like landed on like the Lost Continent. Was it Lost Continent or Forgotten Continent? One of
I think it's the Forgotten Continent. I think it's the Forgotten.
I forgot.
the west the western one that has Ibsen's castle, which I didn't realize until when we were doing the marathon. I was like, Ibsen anagrammed his penis. How did I not pick that up all this time?
They did that on purpose. They definitely did that on purpose.
Yeah, because it's like everything's all twisted and inverted, so it's like it's a twisted willy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that's my FF9 game theory out there.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us. See you next week. All right. Well, yeah, that was awesome. Did FF11, cleared it with a ninja. I suppose when every year when someone plays 11, maybe the way to switch it up is they have to use a different job or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I didn't go with a traditional caster job, although I joked about like you assigning me that like in that true horror or that true crime thing that your brother made.
Yeah, that's funny. I already have somebody who, I guess, loosely committed to play 11 next year.
Oh,
I don't think I told you, but Brent said he
yeah.
will play 11 next year.
Nice.
11's the hardest one to cover because either the same people have to play it every time, or the same people have to play it every time. So it's cool that that Brent wants to do it. Tim, you want to go next?
Sure. I played Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, and a pretty decent chunk of FF4. My 10 run was the worst one out of all of my runs that I practiced, but I still did pretty good, I think. And my 10-2 run went pretty all right as well. Um, Pretty good strat. The strat for 10 is I basically put everything into Yuna, made sure she had double casts and all the tier 3 magic. 10-2, I got Dark Knight and Alchemist. So yeah, so that was my strategy for those. And then I played some of 4, which 4, I love that game. But it's pretty straightforward, so.
Straightforward. Oh, when you mentioned that you felt dissatisfied with your 10 run, one of my like some of my FC members were watching the stream, and they said like they were like really impressed with it, like you were doing like speed run strats and stuff too. Like they were, I don't know, like they really liked it. Just
Oh.
for what that's worth, you know?
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do. There was one thing I wanted to try, and I screwed it up the moment I got to it. So when you go to Mihen High Road, like before you meet with Seymour for Operation, whatever it's called.
Mian.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, there's an NPC that if you talk to them, they'll give you an item, but if you don't click anything, at some point they will run and they will run you through the invisible barrier. Well, there's a second invisible barrier, but the second NPC that is standing with them, if you don't move or anything, they will then run through the same place and they will push you through the second barrier. And it can shave off like 45 minutes of time, an hour of time or something. But I wanted to do that, but I screwed it up the moment I clicked on it. So maybe next time I'll do that.
You want to play 10 again?
Maybe not for a few years. I think I'm a little tenned out.
Yeah. You finished FF10 third. Like at 1 finish, then 2 finish, and then 10 finish. That's pretty crazy.
It's I tell you, the quality. I know we're talking about some quality of life. That game needs some cutscene quality of life. You need to be able to skip them cutscenes.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they ever added that to any version. I think that maybe the Steam version they added speed up, maybe. But I don't think they ever added cutscene skip, which is strange.
yeah, I didn't. It's funny you don't realize how much of that game is actually a movie until you play through it as quickly as you can.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's a big reason why it was so impressive that you finished it so fast. But you set an impossible standard that you finish 2 games every time. So
Well, next year I don't know. I'm gonna start my after October. I want to start my speed runs of 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns to see if I can get all 3 done in a weekend.
well, the speed run of 13 is under 4.5 hours, but
Mhm.
it's pretty skill intensive. Um, I used to watch it a lot, and I'm like, I don't even know what they're doing. How are they doing this? But
Yeah, I've watched some of it. I know the first thing I saw was that like basically the way the enemies respond to you is you have to see them in your camera for them to like kind of come at you. So looking at the ground is like one of the ways they kind of get around some of the enemies to just kind of go. So,
mhm.
but I'm gonna practice it and see how quickly I can do it. I don't care if I ever hit the 4 hour mark, but if I could get it down pretty quick to where I could do all 3 games in a weekend, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, maybe you'll finish fast as lightning. That was stupid.
It's
It
no,
made me laugh. It made me laugh though, man. So
All right, Brandon, give us an account. Speaking of 13.
Oh yeah, I was about to say no love for 13 still, huh? I mean it was a pretty straightforward run for me on 13. Just sat there and grinded the areas you're supposed to get some extra, max out Crystarium, and just blasted through most of the bosses. I did practice some bosses beforehand so I wouldn't, mess it up and get stuck like some people. I don't know who. Um, but it was good, and then I finished up 4. Or did you finish 4? I got to the end of 4.
yeah,
Started 4 and you finished
Yeah,
it.
I can't. It all blurs together now, man. I didn't have to touch 7, so I was happy about that. I love 7,
Yeah,
but I had to finish it every single time I go, except this time. So the curse is finally broken. Let's
yeah,
see.
and 7 had a pretty dramatic finish this time too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He somehow broke the game. I don't know what happened.
I've never seen that happen before, and I've played that game a million times. So
Yeah, but just leave it to Brendan to break a game.
Yeah. He was so happy after he finished though.
Oh yeah.
It
I
was
love
some nice drama.
I love how he like messed up the Omni Slash at the end.
I know.
I don't know what happened and how what it just it's perfect.
That is a speedrun strat though.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean he outsmarted us all.
Oh man.
he meant to do that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
running the stream the whole time, I feel like overall it ran a lot smoother than the past few times for sure.
That broadcasting board thing helped a lot, I think.
Oh yeah, we didn't have to get up and be like, hit that button, do this, swap over there, and just like, okay, we push this button, it swaps to something else, we're good to go. So overall, like that expensive improvement was a major improvement, and will pay off later, hopefully.
Yeah. Each time we're making some type of improvement, whether it's visually or I guess the hassle that we have to deal with, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we're getting there. I think our biggest thing now is we need to figure out a way to just make it more interactive. Like we need to be able to get more people on stream, you know.
Yeah, and I already have ideas for that, but it's just a matter of not everyone there's there to try to be entertaining. Some guys just want to come hang out, and that's cool. We love everyone who shows up. It's awesome that everyone shows up at all. But yeah, definitely got to get some more things. I think Roz needs a dedicated camera and microphone the whole time.
Oh no. Well, hopefully, I mean, I'd feel better about a camera if I like lost a few pounds.
I bet we could set up your avatar over there somehow.
I mean, I'll work on it before next year.
I mean,
I'm gonna eat. Hopefully, I don't eat those words, because if I eat those words, I'm not gonna lose anything.
If you don't eat those words, you'll lose some weight.
Yeah.
I mean, at least then some people on the stream might be able to understand why Gabe is just dying.
Yeah.
Just dying of laughter.
I'm sad because we don't have the full stream because YouTube only keeps the first 12 hours of each stream. So, like the best moments, like Sunday night are gone. We don't have them.
Yeah, we didn't know beforehand because I've never really streamed on YouTube. And then for some reason the Twitch VODs weren't auto-saving, which was also lame. So it's like we lost beautiful things. But we also we did 100%, do all the games. And we did, if we recorded it, we would have had technical proof for all of them but a single one. We're not going to mention it, but it's all a matter of just this next year we now know what we have to do to make sure we have video evidence of everything. We'll record it onto an external hard drive. We'll also have it, do 8-hour, I guess, streams, and then just restart the stream again. So it'll be 2 streams a day, essentially.
Yeah.
At least we have the Antichrist part.
Yeah.
We do? I did not.
Yeah, we have. It's like at 11 something hours on. I think it's like 10 or 11 hours on day 2.
Oh, I'll have to go. I haven't gone back and watched the whole thing.
He has to find it.
I mean, it's not even that funny. It just, the timing of it, the setup, it was just so funny accidentally.
Oh yeah.
Now, kind of going back a second. Are we going to have the stream going 24/7 next year, or are we going to do it in the shifts, kind of like what we did this year, where it's off at night and on during the day?
That's a good question. I think most people enjoy having the, you just go to bed rather than having someone have to stay up and baby it and stuff, or just having an empty stream for 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm too old to stay up all night. I mean, I just can't do that. I used to be a hardcore night owl, just not anymore.
Well, I was kind of thinking, because I was up till I think 3 a.m. the first night. I plan on kind of doing that every time now. It's just the first night staying up pretty much all night.
Yeah, I mean, we can have it set up, and then whenever someone finishes, it's just like, oh, hey, Tim's gonna stay up, and whoever else is gonna stay up. We just make sure those screens are on, and then you just run over and turn it off when you go to bed.
Okay.
Not hard to do, just a matter of paying attention to the time and how long the stream's been going for.
I do have, well, something that like I really hope can like people can honor next time is I really like streaming the final dungeon of what you're playing. I like that archival of the final dungeon, the final boss, all that.
Yeah, I agree.
So um I feel like I have to be kind of annoying about it, to make sure it happens. So I just kind of have to like be able to watch and monitor. But I might, if we are going to do that thing where like we're staying up later and leaving the stream on, then I probably need you guys to help me enforce that.
Okay.
You mean we might have to spread out from each other? We can't all four sit next to each other? That was awesome.
I don't think that'll happen again. Because
No.
I mean, at this time, we've already kind of thought about what we want to play next year,
True.
and it's kind of hard to get 4 in a row.
Unless you're playing like 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
Sort of a thing,
Well-
yeah.
Well, Lauren's gonna pretty much always do 14.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, and I'll this next year will be really cool because I'll get to sit next to her.
Mhm.
Because I'm always like really far away from her.
yeah,
Um,
I'm a tentative 6 right now.
I think so. You can play whichever one you want. I think of like all the names in that game, and I'm just like, Roscoe, please. But you play whichever one you want.
I hate to replay 6 before then because I mean, if I do that, because like I want to honor the pixel remaster in it, and it's I'll probably do the GBA version with like sound mods, because like I don't know, like the GBA, like this whatever, like I guess like whatever's like I don't know how to describe it. Like it sounds so like buzzy, I guess is the word.
Yeah, the GBA soundtracks of the FFs, it's pretty.
Like, I
6
wouldn't even,
GBA is a really good version, though.
I wouldn't say they're farty. They're more so like butt hissy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But yeah, that version's never been done in a marathon, I don't think. 6 GBA.
Let's make it happen. Wait, do we have? Has 6 PS1 been done?
No, but oh man, the PS1 versions of 5 and 6 are just so unnecessarily slow.
And then five soundtrack on that sounds farty though.
Yeah, it is pretty trumpet, like very trumpet farts.
Yeah, it's very tooty.
Like-
Tooty.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, next year, if you're playing 6, Tim's playing 13. I think I want to play 9, actually. 8 or 9, one of the two. PS1 version,
Mhm.
whichever. Because I usually play 10, like 10 and later, or that's
Mhm.
usually what I play. Except last year I played FF2, which was awesome. This time I'd like to play like a Super Nintendo / PS1 era game for because I never get to. So 8 or 9, I think.
They wait for 6. I would have to do pixel remaster because I get more freedom with like character naming because of the character limits.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine too.
Hmm.
And
And I'll play
Brandon,
Wonder Swan 2.
right?
Oh no, I'll
We've
play
never
whatever.
Well, we've never had any WonderSwan
I know.
representation before, so
I mean, I played WonderSwan. I beat WonderSwan 1, FF1 on WonderSwan, and it was interesting. It was a lot harder than like most of the future versions of it. It was basically like playing the NES but like updated, which is, kind of what it is. So that was really cool.
it's the best. I mean, I haven't played through the WonderSwan version, but the original and the PS1 versions, I kind of can't pick which one I like better. I just love both of those.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, well, I know what this is going like the answers we're gonna get here, but what are you playing?
I
Uh,
I played FF1 on WonderSwan.
Oh yeah.
I also started playing the Warriors of Light for DS, the Four Warriors of
Ooh.
Light. It's like,
Cool.
isn't it like the Bravely Default prequel? Is what people say ish? Because that's what it feels like, and it's very cool.
It's kind of like the adventure of Mana
Mm-hmm.
to Bravely's Mana.
Yeah, I've liked it so far. I've only beaten like 2 or 3 dungeons in it, but it like has a cool job system idea similar to Bravery Default. So just like, okay, but it's not nearly as hard. Like it's like very easy.
I like the
Yeah.
boss music to that game.
Yeah.
I need to go back to that one. I played the first few hours and I liked it, but I just kind of quit. I have a huge list of games that I've done that with.
That's cringe.
It is
Just like
cringe.
just like one of the characters' names is cringe.
Oh, oh yeah. I forgot you showed us that cringe. All right, well, cool. Ross, what are you playing?
Apart from FF14 and Uma Musume and like dabbling, like trying to maintain things in 11. I've been playing FF Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. I'll probably get into more detail like when we have like an episode about that. But I mean, just general thoughts. Like I like it a lot. I think it's been nice to revisit it. But I guess like my highlight game is something I played pretty much all day yesterday, which was Demon's Roots. It's I've mentioned it before, but I kind of put it on hiatus to wait till like around Halloween time because it's kind of it's a very grim dark game with a lot of really messed up things that happen. But it's been nice getting to finally like put some progress into it. Um, it's doing things that a lot of my favorite games kind of do with the story, which I can't really explain into detail in this without spoiling anything, but it's just a little pattern I happen to notice. Yeah, definitely can't stream that game because there are 18 plus scenes in it. Lots of them, and they're not always things where the subjects of it are agreeing to it, the actions that are occurring, which is awful.
Could you expound upon? I'm not sure I get what you're saying.
Well, there's a word. I was like, there's like a cluster of fruit that people on TikTok refer to that phrase as
Gotcha.
that rhymes with
Tape.
Blape, Blape, Blape. Yeah, yeah. There's some of that, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to see this, but at the same time, like, it really like hammers like how messed up things are in that world.
Well, thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you next time. Just kidding.
I think, and then I feel like there's like another game that I started, and I can't think of it. I'm trying to think of like how to end like my what am I playing on a positive note. Can I go back to 14 though? 7.35 dropped, and I'm really liking the deep dungeon in it.
So there's a new deep dungeon.
Yeah. It's
Okay. I never
Pilgrim's
even did Eureka Orthos.
Yeah, it's called Pilgrim's Traverse, and it takes place in Ilmeg,
Okay.
and it involves the lore from that area, and it's awesome. In my opinion, it's awesome. A lot of people don't like it because of some of the reward systems and the way that a new piece of content from that is being handled, but as a fan of Shadowbringers and a fan of just that area and learning about the pixies and stuff like that, just in general, like it's right up my alley.
Okay. Well, cool. I'm way behind on that content, like deep dungeon stuff. So maybe in a few years I'll do it. I still need to try to solo the other ones.
I'll do them with you if you want.
Uh, sure. I mean, I'm cool with running through the party first, do soloing for certain trophies.
Yeah, like getting your ether pool up and then getting yourself ready for a solo run because I really do want to get the Necromancer eventually. Like that would be such a cool it'd be such a cool title to have.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I just saying I do plan to come back to 14. Probably around the next major patch or after that, maybe like beginning of the next year or something like that. I plan to come back. I like it more when I'm catching up. But Tim, what are you playing?
Well, I'm playing Final Fantasy 11. My Dark Knight is amazing. I'm finishing up my Ninja Relic weapon. So there you go. I platinumed Final Fantasy Tactics Evilus Chronicles on the PlayStation 4 version, and I started my PS5 version run. Been playing Trails to the Sky remake in Chapter 3. That's a long game. I'm already 60 hours in, and I'm not even halfway through the game. Um, I've been playing Kudelka. However, I ran into a snag. I forgot that games from back in my day didn't have autosave. So I lost a lot of progress in that game because I did not save. And I immediately put the controller down and chose not to go back to it that same day. um, and I plan on playing Parasite Eve this weekend with Lauren because she's never seen that game. So I plan on playing because it's a quick playthrough. It's not a long game. I figured I could knock that out this weekend and she could see it.
That'd be cool. I say I'm going to play it every year, but I still don't.
Maybe this is the year.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to play it. I don't know why I don't do it. Strange. Maybe I just don't feel like digging out my PS1. Could be it. Who knows?
What's on your list for horror month this month?
Well, if it's my turn, I'll go.
Oh yeah. Tim, sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. I'm done.
Okay. Well, look, Final Fantasy Tactics came out on September 30th. And that's a big problem for me. Because, I mean, as much as I love Final Fantasy, I'm also a huge uh like horror fan, Halloween type stuff. So October, when I dive back into Final Fantasy Tactics, I've only beaten it once. I beat the original 20 years ago or whatever it was. When I get back into it, I want to like really get back into it. I don't want to be thinking about other things the whole time. So I knew that if I started playing it, I would be thinking about other things the whole time, and I did not want to do that. So I'm not playing it until November probably. But what I've been doing I've actually been watching more horror movies than playing things. However, I am going to be playing the original Doom this month.
Ooh.
I've never played it all the way through. I played the Super Nintendo version a long time ago and didn't finish it. I don't, as far as I know, that wasn't a great port. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to play the original Doom for the first time. Even though I'm mostly a JRPG guy, I still care about like video game history, where I just want to kind of experience these games that are revered as classics and stuff. So I want to experience Doom for the first time. I have watched several new horror movies that I've never seen before. It means a lot to me. Actually, in fact, in the background, maybe you can see I have these old Universal Monster cups that were in Pizza Hut like 30 years ago. There's a Dracula one, a Wolfman one, and a Frankenstein one. And I have them up on my shelf right now because I love like horror stuff. But I watched the original Nosferatu for the first time. That's a silent film from 1922. It's the oldest living adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is really cool. I watched the 1979 remake of it, which was awesome. One of my favorite horror remakes. And then I watched the 2024 remake of Nosferatu. So I've definitely uh, gotten into the Nosferatu universe, and that's been really, really cool. Uh, I know this isn't really a horror channel, but I nerd out about that stuff, and I watched Weapons for the first time this week. That's a new one, came out this year. Really good one, really good movie.
On a Speaking of horror movies that came out recently, I watched The Substance a couple days ago. Uh,
Is
all
that
I
the
gotta
one
say
you
is,
said sucked?
well, I mean, yeah, bad saying, like, it's very overrated in my opinion.
Oh, it's actually like rated, like it's acclaimed.
Yeah, it won an Academy Award, I think. Um, like, like most critics are like, this is great. This is a masterpiece, and I'm like, uh, it
Masterpiece.
without like spoiling anything, like it just felt kind of, I don't know. I hate like it just was satire, but it didn't really like it. It just felt, I don't know. It was too heavy handed in my opinion, and also like I feel like the things that it was like making homage to, like those things did it better. Like especially like the body horror stuff. Like I feel like I really want to do some Cronenberg stuff with it, but it just didn't. It just wasn't my. I like to say it wasn't my cup of spaghetti.
Okay. I'll look into it. I've never heard of it. I don't know, but I'll look into it.
And the acting was great. Like the acting was really good. Cinematography was fine. Soundtrack was great. I just didn't care much for the story.
Okay. Well, if I'll like read the premise at least, if it sounds interesting, I'll give it a shot. If not, then maybe not.
Hmm.
But I also rewatched Halloween 3, which I'm a huge fan of. Uh the drama surrounding Halloween 3 is actually a topic I'd really like to go over sometime in this podcast about like fan expectations with franchises and like traditional sequels and stuff like that. Do you guys know about Halloween 3?
I
I
heard that it
don't.
didn't do well or something, and that's about it.
No, I don't watch those movies.
Well, I won't dive far into it, but I'll at least give you the gist of it so you can kind of know what like topic I'm talking about. So the first Halloween, made by John Carpenter, was an excellent movie. But after that, John Carpenter, he does not like traditional sequels. He did not want to make another one, but the movie was just too profitable. Where, of course, like the studio people just wanted to keep making them, make more money. John Carpenter did not. There was some type of contract dispute where John Carpenter was kind of forced to write the second one, Halloween 2, a few years later. He didn't want to do it. He hated the idea because he's like, there's no more story here. I just don't, but he had to. So he made another movie with Michael Myers. And at the very end of it, he definitively ended that story. Let's just say that. And then after that, they wanted to keep making Halloween movies. So John Carpenter, he's my favorite director. He's kind of very like, he kind of has the same philosophy as Sakaguchi in a way, except with movies. He wants to like do something different every time. And his idea, it's like, okay, well, if you want to make a franchise, how about you make a Halloween franchise be about like a separate story and location and just something about something terrible happening on Halloween. It can be an anthology franchise. So Halloween 3 had nothing to do with Michael Myers. It was a completely original story, but it was awesome and I love it. But most people hated it. Do you know why they hated it?
No.
Because yeah. And do you see why I feel like this topic would be relevant to us and Final Fantasy?
Probably,
Same
yeah.
time?
I'm starting to see some similarities.
Yeah. So that's just where my head's at. I like new ideas every time. I don't want the same thing every time. And that's why I love John Carpenter and Sakaguchi. Anyway, enough with that stuff. Um, this week, Square Enix announced a new Dissidia game. And I don't know if anybody's happy about it. Have you guys seen anybody happy about it?
Maybe like one post in one of the discords that I'm in, like it was more like a neutral response, but somebody did put a heart reaction to it.
Okay.
I think,
I haven't seen anything.
yeah, I think I watched some of the trailer and I was like, cool. And then it's like mobile and it's like, oh. Well,
Yeah.
there goes all my hopes.
Yeah, I don't get it because uh most people I feel like the core audience that wants to play a Dissidia game does not want to play it on a cell phone.
Hmm.
And isn't it basically like you're fighting bosses or whatever?
What it looked like. It didn't look like it was a like character versus character thing.
I mean, like the
So
roster looks interesting, mostly.
I didn't look. Did they release a roster?
I mean, they showed like a hero representative from each of the FF games, and I was like, oh, that's cool. They like some of the picks they had.
Is Edward in it?
Kane.
Dang it! I'm protesting because Edward isn't in the new Dissidia game. But I don't know. Why do they keep doing this? Like, I feel like recently they just came out and said they're going to focus on quality over quantity, and they like canceled like all of their mobile FF games except for Ever Crisis. Even Opera Omnia, which was a Dissidia game, mobile, which was actually good, but they canceled it. Like, why? Why are they doing another mobile Dissidia game?
It's got to be something in like the Asian countries we're just not a part of or something. I'm curious
That's
how the
really
Japanese are reacting to it versus like us.
well, like Japanese gacha don't usually aren't nearly as successful as like the Chinese or Korean ones.
Yeah.
Well, look, here's my philosophy. I don't care if they make something mobile accessible because I know that there's a huge market to capture there. That's fine. But why would you not like put it on other things too? Because the core Dissidia fan base is not really mobile gamers. And they already had to cancel a mobile Dissidia game that was actually like decent. You know? Like at least if you're going to make a mobile game, you could still put it on PC and Switch, you know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just I just don't get it.
I don't understand. Well, I'm confused about how they do anything anymore. To be honest with you, because like right now we have no real Final Fantasy lineup. And we've discussed this before. Like we haven't gotten any real big announcements for anything. Like we know Seven Part Three is coming, but I remember seeing the day before they announced this Dissidia game that Square Enix has a surprise for us on the 14th or whenever it was announced. And the first thing that a lot of people said whenever it was that is like Seven Part Three or Final Fantasy Nine Remake, and then it's this mobile Dissidia game. I just don't understand, and I would love to be like a fly on the wall for whoever's like throwing these ideas out at Square Enix, saying this is a great idea, this is what you want to do, because it hasn't worked, and
Mm.
I don't get it, and it's actually to me it's disappointing. It's just disappointing because you could be spending your time and efforts on something that could be successful or that the fans really want, but you've just chosen to try to go down and chase these markets that other gaming companies are trying to chase that are actually somewhat predatory in the way they have things. So
Mhm. Yeah, and you brought up a good point too, where the pipeline for Final Fantasy games is pretty much non-existent. So when you announce this game right now, when there's nothing else in the pipeline other than an untitled Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, uh, it seems like they're just putting their efforts in all the wrong places.
mhm,
I mean, even if they have like the Final Fantasy IX remake in production, even if they have Final Fantasy 17 in production and whatever else, like none of us know that definitively. They haven't announced it. And the last games they've announced have been that Killer N game, which is live service, and now the Dissidia mobile game.
mhm.
Like, how can they not see how that is problematic? Especially after they said that they're doing like a total like restructuring in the company to be more quality over quantity minded.
Mhm.
I thought since they canceled all those mobile games that that was part of their new alignment, but
Yeah, like what
it's
makes that one special?
Yeah, I think transparency would really be the thing that would that would really clear up a lot of the issues at Square Enix. I think if Square Enix was more transparent about what they're working on, because again, if we all knew that Final Fantasy Nine Remake was real, we know Seven Part Three is real, so there you go, and that 17 is real, and like let's say just a shot in the dark that there's a Tactics Part Two being created. That's four Final Fantasy titles that are a big deal that we know about. That's in the next 3 to 5 years. But when you don't know those things and you're waiting in every single show because of rumors that they don't acknowledge, you know, I just to me it's just It's just stupid. It's just transparency. I know everyone is so afraid. Ever since, um, what's that? Cyberpunk? Ever since Cyberpunk, everyone's so scared to like show anything or reveal anything too early. And I think right now is the perfect time to have transparency because your fan base is pissed off because you're not. There's no pipeline. There's nothing.
Mhm. And it also feels like this isn't just a Square Enix problem either. It kind of feels like everyone's pulled back where you just don't know much that anyone's working on anymore.
And
It's like it's felt like a very barren console generation.
yeah, it's been very like risk averse to just in
Mhm.
all aspects.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And to add on to that, like I'm I'm not motivated at all to like buy the next consoles. One because they're raising prices on old consoles now, but two, this generation of video games has been pretty like underwhelming, and they have not like they just haven't sold me on anything. It's like, why would I buy another console when I've barely bought any new stuff now? And I know I'm not the target market anymore, but it just feels like nothing's being made in a way.
hmm I feel the same way.
I know that like Sony had to like cancel like a ton of live service games after what's that?
Concord.
Concord, yeah. Apparently they canceled like 10 live service games or something they were working on after that failed. Is it really that like everyone's just working on all these live service games and Concord failed so badly that everyone is just terrified right now? They had to
And like
cancel everything and
it's like they're tucked with their tail between their. It's like like they ran out with their tail tucked between their legs.
I
yeah,
think I think that they are afraid of those. I think that, but also due to that failure. But I also think that the other issue is that you can see the market saturated in these where there's so many live service games now.
mhm.
Like there's gonna be failures because there's so many. No one can play them all. It's not possible. Whereas if you have your, like I'll use Witcher 4. Witcher 4 is not live service. People who love Witcher are gonna get Witcher 4. That game is gonna sell great. But there's so many live service games and you have to like spend extra money, or money in those games. That's a dying market to me. I feel like that the time for that, whenever there was a few of them and they were really big, but now there's so many, it's just impossible to play all those games and for all of them to be a success. And I think the gaming industry saw and I think DLC kind of falls in this category. They saw the trend of we can make extra money by keeping things out of the games and using them as DLC. I think that they have seen these as ways to make money and as revenue, and they've lost focus on what the purpose is. The purpose is you're trying to make a great game that will sell well because people want to buy your game. It's the same thing with the consoles. There's the console wars between Xbox and PlayStation, and the fight has been forever that, oh well, these games are exclusive to Sony or these games are exclusive to Xbox. And I hate that because really the console should sell itself. If the console is good enough, it should sell itself without having the exclusivity of games. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
No, you're good. And I just don't think that any of the 3 have done enough to sell me on buying another console again. I feel pretty jaded with all 3 of them, and I'm not entitled. Like, I don't feel that way, but, you also have to, like, prove your value, and they're already, like, rumored in talks of releasing the next gen PlayStation and Xbox consoles in 2 years.
Hmm.
Xbox is trying to release another console. Like, how can they even imagine doing that when everything they do is a colossal failure and their console sales are awful now? I don't know.
And also with their 30%, like no, 50% like price increase on Game Pass Ultimate, and
Yeah,
apparently like a lot of apparently they're getting like, I think Costco pulled Xbox off their like Xbox consoles off their shelves. I think Walmart and Target are like, I think they're like starting to like, I guess like just start to downsize on like what on like consoles, and I'm like that, but they're just gonna like release like, I guess like whatever that, what was it, the like Asus gobbledygook, I can't think of what it's called, but
the ROG
uh,
Ally X
yeah, the ROG Ally, yeah, that
is $1,000.
and yeah, $1,000 to have Xbox games in the palm of your hands, like that's absurd.
And they don't have good enough exclusive games to justify that. Like like those games you can play elsewhere. They actually had a great opportunity like a year ago or earlier this year to stand out between the three because PlayStation did the PlayStation 5 Pro, which was ridiculous. The Nintendo with their $80 Mario Kart, ridiculous. And like everybody starts jacking up their console prices. Even the Nintendo Switch 1 went up by like $100 or whatever. PlayStation 5s are up. Microsoft, they're they're so behind. They had no business raising the prices of their stuff too. Like they have no power to do that. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. You know, oh, we're failing. Our hardware is failing. Let's make it even more expensive than the competition.
Hmm.
What were they thinking? It's like they're just so desperate for just quick cash that it's like, oh, we'll just do this too, and then hope it works.
And to add to that, like, I don't know, people aren't buying video games that much anymore.
Mm.
Like apparently Gen Z, like, game sales are very much down for them because I mean, again, like, how could they afford like to play like an $80 game
Yeah,
and use like
and
and to buy a console that's like worth $50-$100 more than it was when it first came out?
right. And why would you when you have these free to play games that never end? You know, the industry is just in a rough spot, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I think that the PS6, depending on what it's like, might be my last console, which makes me sad because I've always loved consoles. But I'm basically going to be a PC gamer going forward, I think.
Hmm. The timing was kind of perfect when I finally got a gaming PC. It was around the PS5 Pro announcement, and I guess that just pissed me off so much that I was just like, forget this, you know, I'm out. So I'm not buying another console unless they win me back somehow. And I'm actually a pretty like optimistic person, but I can't help but be just so jaded and pessimistic with video game companies right now. I don't know. So Brandon,
And
how was your day?
It's good. I understand all these feelings. that's why I play like older games a lot and like indie games because like especially when they price it pretty well. There's a there's a really cool one I've actually played also recently. I forgot about called Scarmond. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it's kind of like Final Fantasy Legends ish, where you kind of create a party and play through just a random, trying to stay positive. Give a shout out to the Scarmon guys because they made it really cool. Just like you pick your 4 characters and you go explore the world and dungeons and stuff. And it's actually really hard, but it's like classic retro looking style, like old Final Fantasy.
That's cool.
So yeah, positivity, yay! No, I really hope like I really hope the gaming community or like the big AAA guys figure out that's like we don't need the best graphics and the all this crazy new tech. Like just make a good game. Just make a
Yeah.
good game. Just like heck, you could make a pixelated like Final Fantasy 17, and if the story's good and the combat's fun, and like I'd buy it 10 times over, or pay the $80 or whatever if it's good.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not pixelated, but I think that Claire Obscure Expedition 33 definitely released at the perfect time with the right kind of game
Oh yeah.
where it was like $50, $45 if you bought it on Steam, and it it just got really good word of mouth because you could tell that the people that made it really cared about making a great game,
Mm-hmm.
and they cared about people being able to afford to play it, you know? And so the number one thing that I would want from the for the industry and everyone to take from that game is that put heart into it, and you don't have to like just put tons of filler in your game. That's my least favorite thing about modern games, probably, is just all the filler stuff. I don't need a quest to go pick beans for somebody. That doesn't do anything for me. And like you can have like a solid, focused, fairly short story, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting some more information about like even other games Square's working on, not just the Final Fantasy franchise. I know it's like we focus on that, but I feel like they kind of tease a little bit, and they're just like, okay, now we're gonna go hide here for the next 5 years and not say anything.
Well, to be fair, Square is putting out some really cool stuff that's not Final Fantasy related. I think The Adventures of Elliot looked like a cool game.
Yeah,
I would be
Octopath
interested.
Traveler 0 looks potentially interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Dragon Quest remasters and remakes.
Yeah, Dragon Quest, like the Dragon Quest 7 announcement, like the art style is like it's different from what I was thinking, but like it's a good change. Like I think it's like we have that, and then I know this isn't I know this isn't Square, but I guess kind of going back to like even though I don't like a lot of the things Nintendo's been doing recently, like the new Kirby Air Ride looks amazing.
mm-hmm.
Is that not
So
out yet?
you,
I thought it was.
It comes out in November.
Was it like a demo out or something?
Oh no, they had like a direct.
Oh,
Yeah, like Masahiro Sakurai is like really he's like really fun to like watch and just like hear him describe like normally watching like those types of like direct type things like be kind of boring, but like he kept it very entertaining, and like as a person who played the original, like it looks like it fixed a lot of the issues I had with the original.
cool. Sometimes I just love to kick back and just play something simple like that, like a kart racer, whatever. So I might try it out. Is it Switch 2 only?
I think so. But
Hmm.
if you're not able to, like if you could find a copy of Kirby Air Ride, like the original, like it's a legit like it's a legit racer, even though like you really only have like your movement and then you're pressing like one button. Like I think it's like I don't know, it's just like very cool like what they did with like such a minimalist setup in terms of controls.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, if it's not insanely expensive, then sure. I actually had my GameCube out fairly recently, and my oldest son was playing Mario Sunshine because he's like way into Mario right now. I don't think he liked Sunshine as much as others, but I did have it out. That opening jingle is charming and nostalgic, even though I didn't play the GameCube that much.
Did you hold the Z button when turning it on?
No, what's that do?
It makes like a squeaky noise for all the bumps instead. Tell your son to do it, he'll laugh.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Z if I remember right.
See, Nintendo is one, I'll never buy a Nintendo again. They make me mad.
Yeah, yeah. Did they start the $80 video games, or did somebody do it before?
Wasn't that
I
like
mean,
something that EA did
It was
or
Star Wars Outlaw was the first like ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculously priced one, and then Nintendo's like, well, that's crazy. Look at this. It's not as crazy, but it's still insane.
Wasn't there a game that was considered the first quadruple A game that failed massively? That was an Ubisoft game that was $80. It was a
the
pirate game, I
Oh
think.
yeah, yeah.
Was it Sea of Thieves or
It
something
wasn't Sea
or
of
It wasn't.
Thieves.
It wasn't Sea of Thieves. It was something else. Because Sea of Thieves is kind of cartoony. This one's a little bit more realistic looking.
Skull and
yeah, I don't know
Bones.
diddly about Ubisoft.
It was called Skull and Bones.
The
That
first, yeah,
hmm,
I
wow.
think that might have been the first one, but it failed so miserably that like I don't know if that really set anything on in motion or anything. That was more. It was kind of comedic to watch it just fail.
It's
just
funny
like
how
awkward.
Microsoft, yeah, and Microsoft tried to get a piece of that pie too, and then they had to drop the price
Hmm.
with the Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah.
They announced it as $80, and then like not even a month later, they had to drop it like pre-orders to $70, I think.
And then didn't Borderlands 4 like
Oh
the
my
director or
gosh.
whatever was like it's like if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to pay for it.
Yep.
Yep.
Like
My
honestly,
question,
I kind of like the frankness, honestly, but at the same time, like, screw you, man.
I'm kind of curious though, like what the justification is behind an $80 game because they've been saying forever that games are more expensive to make now than ever. But I wonder, like, is it really that much more expensive now than it was, 5, 10 years ago to make a game?
I don't know, but companies also boast about record profits too, and it's like you can't say that and then act like you need to raise your prices on video games, you know?
Oh, and the same companies that do that, that have record-breaking years, are the same ones that are laying off like 100 people
Mhm.
or shutting down
Yeah.
studios too.
Yep.
Yeah, Microsoft, Sarah Bond came out recently and talked about how like profitable Game Pass is, and then not long later, not shortly after, they raised it by 50%. It's like you can't, gosh, you just can't do that. Like, yeah, Game Pass is profitable. Now we're gonna try to make it even more profitable. Pay us more, please.
Yeah, the industry pisses me off.
Yeah, I I just feel like none of the companies are like. I feel like Nintendo out of the three is probably doing the best job at putting out like stuff that their fan bases expect right now. Microsoft's putting out almost nothing exclusively. Sony has slowed down big time with exclusives. Nintendo is the only one that's still doing that, but they're just they're so like out of touch too. where they think that their poop doesn't smell. And they think they can kind of charge whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's like they're basically like the Disney or the Apple of
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that these video game companies are seeing how like people will pay anything to get the brand new iPhone, each year. And they're kind of thinking that translates over to video games, I guess. But I don't know, I guess gamers are angrier than phone lovers. I don't know.
I'm actually surprised that Xbox is going to come out with a new console because when when they admitted that they lost the biggest generation, the most important generation of gamer, I for sure thought, okay, this is probably the last Xbox we'll see, and they're just going to start putting their Game Pass on everything else, and they'd be kind of like Sega. They'd become developers versus an actual console. But I mean, I don't think that they can recover from what the Xbox Series X did for Xbox. Like 360 was the last big console that I think that they had a chance to really win over gamers.
Because they were super like innovative. They had a lot of new ideas that they were bringing to the table with the 360.
Oh yeah, I love the 360. The only part of it I didn't like was the Red Ring of Death.
Yeah, the hardware was really bad, but creatively they were at their best.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, the Xbox One announcement and all that was so horrendous. There was no coming back from that, and that was the most important generation of gaming because that's when like ecosystems were starting with, you know, whatever you were buying then was pretty much going to carry over to your next console.
Hmm. Is
So
that the one where they talked about like they wanted all games to be digital, and then Sony responded with, "This is how you share your games on PlayStation," and they handed each other a game. Do
kind
you
of.
remember?
It wasn't an all digital thing. It was saying that like each Xbox game had its own like unique key system to where like you couldn't like pretty much to saying if you want to buy a new Xbox game, you have to like you can't buy it from your friends. You can't buy it from a used game store. You have to like buy it directly so that they make more money.
Yeah.
And PlayStation totally ignored like they just capitalize on that to say, hey, we're much more like customer friendly. Man, they just destroyed Xbox with their marketing. One, Xbox revealed their price. It was $500 for an Xbox One. You had to be connected to the internet. You had to have a Connect camera. Uh, the serial number game thing. They did that all before PlayStation announced anything, and then PlayStation just destroyed them. Like it was
Mhm.
$100 cheaper. You could trade your games with friends. You did not have to be connected to the internet. It was just horrendous. And someone at Xbox was like having an interview with who's the Game Awards guy?
Jeff
Oh, Jeff
Keighley.
Keighley.
Jeff Keighley. It was an interview with him, and Jeff Keighley was pretty much saying like, "Hey, what's your like?" Pretty much like, "What's your alternative or answer to people who don't have internet access?" You know, they're and Xbox. Pretty much that guy, I forgot his name. He was just like, "Well, we have another product for those people. It's called the Xbox 360."
Mm.
And it's like, gosh, dude, how are you guys so out of touch? Where you're just like, yeah, you can't play any new games. Just buy your old stuff. God,
Uh,
it was just awful. It's disastrous for them. So after that, I think it was smart for them to like be thinking more future minded. Like, hey, let's not try to compete with Sony and like the console wars thing. Let's actually like put our stuff on phones, computers. Like if you buy it on console, you get the PC version, the mobile version, and all that. I think that was smart, actually.
Yeah.
But uh, even Game Pass, it was just such a good deal, you know. But I really don't think that they're. I think that they were lying when they said it was profitable. I think they lost a lot of money with Call of Duty and all the Activision stuff. I just think they put themselves in an awful situation. And wow, I've been talking a lot. What do you guys think? Sorry.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree 100%.
I want there to be more competition in the industry because when there's no competition, Sony is at their worst whenever they feel like they're on top of the world. That's why the PS3 sucked at first because they thought they were on top of the world with the PS2. Um, but I just don't think the industry is going to be the same anymore.
I don't either. I hold on to the way things were when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And you've said this before, and it kind of I didn't think about it until I heard you say it. Honestly, it's like games aren't really made for me anymore. You know,
Mhm.
so I just look forward to the things that are for me that I will like, and then all the other announcements that I that are not games for me. I just kind of like, okay, well, I kind of saw that coming, and it's time to go on with my life until the next thing gets announced that is for me. So.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really felt like, I guess, like, that sounds like such a hipster ass thing to say, but like I never really felt like most AAA mainstream gaming was like made for me. But like but I definitely feel like it's more so now. Like I'm definitely like, yeah, they're like if this were like all the games I could play this year, like, and everything was like inaccessible, I'd be like, man, I'd be kind of cooked.
Mhm.
Yeah. One positive to all this though is that it's easy to save money
Yeah.
because I can watch like these showcases and be like, mm, I'm not interested in anything they showed, and I don't need to pre-order anything, and I can save money.
And you get to work on your backlog. Like I'm like, yes.
Mhm.
It's like this thing that I'm pretty sure is going to outlive me. It has less of a chance of that happening now.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a classic game that came out over 30 years ago for the first time, and I'm happy about that.
Which one?
Doom,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
a game that you can play on your fridge.
And I'm playing a game that's basically made in somebody's basement in a sense, and it's made in an RPG Maker engine, and I'm getting more enjoyment out of that than some like AAA stuff that's come out.
Well, I've been playing the same game for 20 years.
This is like your 50th playthrough of Tactics.
Well, it's funny. It's funny though because it's like I think I've got 5 games that I'll play through like once or twice a year, and I've done it every year since it's come out. 7 Tactics, Breath of Fire 3, Lunar Silver Star Story, and of course Final Fantasy 11. Like those are like my games that I've been
Took it
playing
in
for.
two.
Actually, I didn't play that one every year. I played it for a lot of years, but it's not something that I play every single year now.
Okay. Uh, By the way, did I tell you guys I created a character on Odin?
Oh yeah,
Ah,
you mentioned it before, before it became unavailable, right? Or is it Bahamut that's unavailable right now?
Bahamut.
Oh yeah.
Asura and Bahamut are unavailable, and I had a character on each of those. And Odin's going to be next, so I went ahead and created a character on Odin so that I would just have that available whenever I wanted. I
all right.
actually, since you guys are on there too, I might just kind of start all over with that character and just kind of make that my main eventually, maybe.
Heck
Rock
yeah.
on.
Because eventually, if we're going to play together, I mean, that's where we'd have to play. So yeah, I don't mind
Yeah.
playing stuff, so it's fine.
I would switch servers, but I would have to switch servers for 21 characters.
Well, you can't switch anymore.
Oh,
I
that's
mean, you
true
can't
as well.
switch
Yeah.
those other ones.
Yeah.
I'll get
So
I'll get Ropey Bippy up to speed.
Well, Brent, Gary, and Brent's brother. I forgot to mention him. He's also on on Odin, and they're all in the link shell. So
cool. What about you, Brandon?
Uh,
FF11 or 14? What's up?
dude, I don't even know. I want to play them, but I just don't have time. Running your own business takes a lot of time.
Spend 10 minutes a day and we'll be on the same pace.
That's fair, but I can't do that. I get addicted.
It's like
It's
one
like
person that's
it's literally drugs for me, man. It's literally
this
drugs.
drug is good, brother. It's good.
It's the good stuff.
I'm enjoying it. I can't get off of it.
I could quit FF11 whenever I feel like.
And
And then I don't. 20 years later, still playing it.
I'm gonna back off just a little bit, and by a little bit I mean like an hour.
I said that I was like, I'm going to take a break. I think for a while. Tim, what have you been playing? Well, I've been playing a lot of FF11. I built another relic, which takes like years to do. You know, like oh shit.
oh my gosh, they just talk about addiction and the games, and I'm like realizing that horse is also slang for um a drug. So it's just kind of funny that like Uma Musume is my heroine. 'Cause it's
Dang.
full of heroines.
Oh my
there
gosh.
you go.
Wow.
I can't get off that horse.
Well,
Funny.
that's probably a good place to end it.
With
The
drug
buck
use,
stops
nice.
here.
We had a great conversation about Dissidia tonight.
it led into a lot of a lot of controversial.
I really hope it doesn't do well, and I know that's probably bad on me, but I
Yeah.
just I wanted to send a message.
I signed up for the
I
beta.
feel this. Oh well, I feel the same as Tim. I think that the only I feel like companies just communicate through their numbers. So I'm also going to vote with my wallet here. I hate to say that because I love the franchise and I try to play every game, but one, I have an old phone. I have an iPhone 8. I don't care to buy new phones. I just don't care. And two, I don't want to play a mobile game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Square Enix. I've been a loyal fan for over 30 years, and I'm not going to play your new Dissidia game. I know you're watching this because I know that like two people watch it. So one of you has got to be somebody at Square Enix. Maybe.
Probably.
That'd actually
They'll
be
never
so
see.
funny if like one of our 10 views that aren't us is just a random Square Enix executive, and he's like, "Dang, this guy's kind of right."
Tetsuya Nomura.
He's got translation on at the bottom.
Every single video we talk about how much Gabe hates Kingdom Hearts, and he just shakes his head. I'm gonna get that guy.
That's
one
why
of these days.
that's why the Kingdom Hearts mobile game was canceled.
Because
Because it's me.
maybe
Yeah.
that's also why FF9 and all these other games haven't come out. Because he's like, oh, you don't like Kingdom Hearts? All right, I know
Oh,
people.
come on. I'm all for the FF9 remake. Let's keep that.
They're just griefing us now.
Yeah, exactly. Keep them rumors rolling.
Well, to be honest, I know we were going to talk about Dissidia, but I think everything we ranted about is exactly what we were feeling with the Dissidia trailer anyway. It was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, Ross, you tell us how it is.
I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm only gonna try out the closed beta, and then if I don't get in like TS,
Yeah. Well, Brandon, I look forward to next week when you tell us about your new character in 11 and 14, Dawn Trail.
Yeah. Odin server.
I still want to have our static or 14. And Brandon, I committed, like, I don't get addicted to 14. I don't. Like, when I play it, it's very controlled. So I would like to do our like 14 static, and I would just play once a week. Like, I'm committed to that. So if you would consider that, I think a 14 static in our marathon group would be awesome.
It would be fun. You're right about that.
And then if you'll carve out another day, we can have 11 static.
And then another day for Dissidia Mobile, and another
And then-
day for Killer N.
and then we have to go to the motorcycle church.
Yeah.
We have to take a day of rest for motorcycle church.
You talking about the one next to my house?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that called? Hold on. True Disciple Motorcycle Ministries.
Yeah, something like that. That sounds right. That's so funny.
Well, it was good talking to you guys. We'll meet again next week. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.